There's a chill in the air, it's snowing, and we're getting ready for the holidays. We're here at Gatherings at Muncie Creek Barnworks, and we're going to go inside and check out what beautiful decor is going to be created for us. Let's go. When we're here at Gatherings at Muncie Creek with you, Sharon, you always manage to capture that loveliness and the simplicity of the winter season.
Thank you, Jackie.
So I can't wait to see what you've come up with today because we always have such a good time when we visit.
Well, I'm known for my crafting abilities.
Yes.
I've been doing this for many, many years, and I have come up with this adorable little Jingle Bell snowman.
Oh, I love it.
And he is made out of nothing simpler than a peat pot, the kind that you plant things in
Yeah,
the spring.
yeah.
First thing we're going to do is paint our peat pots.
All right.
And there's nothing fancy to this. You're just slopping it on.
Okay.
And I don't like to paint it solid. I like to let the texture shine
Right.
go through. And then I just ring around the top because the top gets covered with all the little greenery
Oh,
and
okay.
things.
Yeah, there's something about leaving some of the empty spaces. It does give it a little bit of depth and texture.
It does. I love this. I use, honestly, I chop peat pots up for a lot of things. You'd be surprised. And then just take and ring around the inside a little bit. Now, these have dried. And I'm just going to take an awl. This is an ice pick or an awl, or you could use a knife,
Right.
whatever you want. And you're just going to poke a hole down the center of the top. This is going to allow us to put our little jingle bells in. So what you're going to do is go up on through the inside and run that wire up through the top of the hole. Once you get it through, you're going to take the top of the wire and just splay it so it doesn't fall back through. Then we're going to tie our string around the top. So you're going to take your jute string, it's just a jute, and put the ends together and then tie a knot down towards the end, just like that. Now you're going to splay the ends of your jute, and your glue gun should be hot.
Yep.
So be very careful. You're going to put some glue on your knot and then put that over top
Do we
of the
put
hole.
it on the part that's splayed open there?
Yeah, just a little bit. That's going to keep your jingle bell in place, and it's going to give you a hanger. I've just used a bunch of snippets from whatever I have laying around the shop. I love these because they're almost like pipe cleaners.
They are bendable, right?
Yes, they're very pliable. So you're going to cut a little bit off the end of the ones with the pine cones. And then you're going to put a little glue on the end, and then you're just going to poke that into the jute. And then you continue on around. There should be 3 ones with pine cones on, and you're just going to go around in thirds. And then the ones that are plain, I just cut in half, and you're going to go in between. And again, you can use anything that's bendable and pliable. And then I found some little greenery that's got sparkle to it.
This is adorable.
I know, it's so tiny.
It's so tiny.
Something that's tiny and delicate looking is even better.
Right.
So what I like to do is cut these between so they have a stem end. You can get maybe 2 or 3 pieces out of this. And then you just go around and glue those in as well.
Very sweet.
Now, you can either do, I like the brown check, I'm a little brown mouse, or you can do the black and tan check. This is homespun fabric. Homespun fabric is fabric that's the same on both sides. It doesn't have a right and a wrong. So all you're going to do is take this and just tie a knot in the middle of it. So I'm just going to glue this over top of the knot that's already on there. Yeah, even the kids could get into this.
Oh my God, this is
They have
so
a little
fun.
supervision with the glue guns.
Totally.
Now, what he needs is a little black hat.
Okay.
These little felt hats. And these are so easy to make. And all they are is you take and cut little squares of black felt, and then you take one that's more of a rectangle, and you roll that up, and then you put a little glue there to hold it. glue around the bottom,
Yep.
plunk it on there, and then you cut little circles for the top, and then glue that on, and then voila.
There's your hat.
You have a tiny little hat.
So adorable.
I like to put him out at an angle, so I'm going to put a little glue on the bottom of that, and then push him right in. And I have made noses. Now, when you make your own noses, you can use cardboard, you can use heavy paper. This is basket reed. You know where his face is going to be. So you're going to glue his nose right in the middle. So we're going to put a little dot of glue on the back of the nose, stick it right there. So all that's left now are his little face, his little eyeballs,
Right.
and mouth. We're going to use black paint. This is just a dowel. You could use a pencil, eraser, whatever you have at home.
All right.
And we're just going to dip this in the paint, and
So sweet.
and his little mouth is just going to be dot, dot, dot.
Oh my gosh, look at how he comes right to life, don't you think?
We're going to add some sparkle. You don't have to, but if you want, It looks adorable on the
Yes.
little hats, and it looks adorable on,
Yes, we sparkle here.
yes, we need to sparkle. So this is called Diamond Dust.
All right.
It's like a German glass, almost like thing. So, and then of course I use Mod Podge. So I'm just going to take and put a little brush stroke on his nose, and just a little bit around his face, and then just take and sprinkle this over
Oh,
top.
look at that. I just think this is absolutely
Yep.
precious.
Fun little things to do with the kids.
Sharon, thank you so much for showing us how to make these darling little ornament Jingle Bell snowmen. I love them.
You're quite welcome. We have an Etsy store online. It's Gatherings MCBW on Etsy. My Facebook page is the whole name, Gatherings at Muncie Creek Barn Works.
Yep.
I post when my hours are. These are all handmade things that my husband and I make, and we have been showcasing a lot of our cardinal things this year. I finally came up with a female cardinal that I was happy with because people have been requesting them.
Yeah.
As you can see, we do a lot of snowmen things also. Our angel up there on the wall this year has been very popular with the cardinals on them as well.
Sharon, thanks again for having us. We always have such a joyous time when we're visiting you, and we
thank
wish you and yours a very, very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Thank you, Jackie. You too.
Thank you.